Hello guys, welcome to a new video. We have a new patch coming out, the 3.11.1 patch. They decided to give us a preview like what exactly they're expecting on here. I have not read any of it yet, so let's go through it and see exactly what's gonna happen. Go ahead and get started. It says, as we mentioned last week, we're currently working on the 3.11 update with improvements to Harvest. We're currently aiming to deploy this patch by the end of this working week. In the meantime, we prepared a preview of its patch notes to give you an idea of what to expect. Please note that the patch notes listed below are still subject to change prior to the release of 3.11.1. This update will be deployed on console as soon as possible after this deployment on PC. So probably the week after, next week. Harvest improvements. Tier 2, Tier 3, and Tier 4, and the Heart of the Grove monsters and bosses now have a chance based on their rarity, with higher tier seeds having a higher chance to drop a new plantable seed. This can be placed in the Sacred Grove and will affect planted seeds around it, granting nearby seeds additional properties on being harvested. Interesting. Have higher chance to drop a new plantable seed. So there's going to be a new one that buffs the current seeds that are around it. Interesting. That's really interesting. The area around the entrance portal of the Sacred Grove now has stairs, creating 180-degree pathway, which I think is great because before you had to like teleport onto one side or have to go around it, and it was just a pain. It was just a pain. Storage tanks are now unlocked when your raw life force plus any additional condensed life force exceeds 250. Okay. Added a confirmation warning when attempting to uproot fully grown tier 1 seeds as well as tier 2 or higher seeds with any growth. So I mean that stops people from accidentally picking them up. That's nice. Adjusted the colors of planted seeds and harvest art assets to help better distinguish them from one another. Good, because I think some of the like the tier 1, 2s, and 3s were like some like the yellows were really hard to tell the difference between them. Added text hovers over various harvest infrastructure to more clearly display what it is connected to. Good. It is very confusing to connect all of those pylons together and not see they're connected to, except for a small circle over the top of the pylon. So hopefully this will be better. Maybe we'll make the wires the purple, yellow, and blue, and then when they are using life force, then they'll glow even more. Hopefully that's what my hope is, because it's really hard to tell between the different ones especially when you get into the more complex connections. Added text hovers over various harvest infrastructure to more clearly display what is connected to. Okay, that's good. Your progress towards respawning the Heart of the Grove in the Sacred Grove is now displayed in the Sacred Grove. Okay, so they're adding it as like a heads-up display. Harum, Born of the Night, now becomes invisible during his prowl skin. Okay. Added additional preloading for the Tier 4 harvest bosses and the Heart of the Grove. Fixed a bug, tier 4 harvest boss would endlessly spawn monsters during their immobile phase. Fixed a bug where the display number of seeds in your seed stockpile didn't update correctly after auto planting seeds. Fixed a bug where Oshabi could say multiple voice lines at once when auto planting large amounts of seeds. That would be... I'm sure we might get that if we decide to do some before the update. Fixed a bug where the Hoarder Crafting Station mini map icon was visible from outside the Sacred Grove. That'd be annoying. You have this random icon like way off the edge of your map that you can't actually get to. For some of those like larger maps, the grove is actually pretty close to the actual map. Let's see. Fixed a bug where Sacred Grove had the wrong icon in the world map information panel. Okay. All right, so here's what we were looking for, the major improvements here. So harvest crafting improvements, the growth times of tier 1 seeds is now uniformly 3 growth cycles, with the exception of the rarest seeds. Good, because some of them are like 3 and some are like 6 and some are like longer than that. Wild Hatchling Seed, Vivid Thornleaf Seed, and Primal Cleaving Seed. Okay, so those ones are the ones that are not going to be the standard 3s. The Exchange a Resonator for a fossil or vice versa. Rare outcomes are more likely with rare inputs. Harvest Craft is now much more likely to give rare outcomes based on rare outputs. Okay. Harvest Crafts can no longer be used on itemized beasts. Used to be able to craft a beast. Interesting. The use of a reforge a rare item with lucky modifier values keeping all prefixes or suffixes. Harvest Craft is now prevented if it will be unable to change any modifiers. Okay, good. That way it's not going to just, you know, roll in, nothing's going to happen. Fixed a bug where the Scarab Harvest Craft could consume a stack of scarabs if that was the input rather than just a single scarab. Oops. So if you put a stack of scarabs in there, it could, like, you'd lose all of them and only get one back. Oh, that sucks to have that bug. Fix a bug where the sacrifice a weapon or armor to create a ring with similar modifiers. Okay. Harvest Craft instead of created an amulet. Huh. Fixed a bug where destroying a stored craft from the Hoarder crafting station prevented further use of a connected connector for Harvest Crafts. Oh, that's bad. Fixed a bug where the change a divination card into another random change a divination card into another random divination card didn't work if the stack of divination card was used. It will now just remove a single card from the stack and give you a random divination card. Interesting. Fixed a bug where the Harvest Craft which changed a modifier from one element to another, didn't work on modifiers that were the first explicit modifier of an item. I was wondering about that. I've had that happen before. Because I was like, it just didn't, I put it in there and it said, yeah, you can do it, and then I do it and nothing happened. Like, it stayed the same. Like, what? Heart of the Grove improvements. We're currently working on fixing various bugs in this fight. Full patch notes will be revealed later this week. Okay, I haven't gotten that far. General improvements. Medium. This is okay. So this is what I really want to see exactly what they're going to do about this. Medium and large cluster jewels will now drop with an additional enchantment affecting that grants them 1 and 2 jewel sockets respectively. These replace the modifiers that prevent granted additional jewel sockets which no longer appear on cluster jewels. That's exactly what we wanted. Selling any existing medium or large cluster jewel without this new enchantment to a vendor will remove any existing jewel socket modifiers. Oh, and add the new socket enchantment. This does not include unique cluster jewels. Okay, so this is exactly what we wanted, and why we got what we got. So if I'm understanding this right, where it says effect grants them 1 and 2 jewel sockets respectively, so mediums are 1 and large are 2, then the jewels that we got today are going to be perfect for this, because, or yesterday, or was it Saturday? I think we got them on Saturday, didn't we? We will be able to craft those ones because they can't roll the 2 jewel sockets because they're not item level 75, but they are level 68 and higher, so they can still roll the suffix that we need, the Primordial Bond. So if you get a jewel from, if I'm understanding this correctly, if you get a jewel that requires you to have like item level that's lower than the 2 jewel socket, you're still going to get your 2 jewel sockets regardless of the item level. Now the item level is going to be only restricting what the roll, like your prefix and suffix will be, not just the jewel socket. Okay, so the jewel prices are going to drop according to the item level, so that's going to change a lot. When crafting multiple brands at once, okay, so this is switching off of cluster jewels. When creating multiple brands at once, excess brands beyond the limit are now all removed at once. Okay. Verified that you lose rage 20% slower only applies to natural rage loss over time. Clarified the description of ending cry to make it clear that the buff grants elemental resistance rather than all resistance. Okay, so this is someone mentioned this today about the jewel and is asking, well, what about something that says all res? Isn't that supposed to include like chaos res, because chaos is considered a resistance, right? Right. So they've been trying to clarify that, and they've changed a lot of them from saying all resistance. Now they say all elemental resistance, and we know that chaos is not an elemental damage. Chaos damage is something else. Okay, so elemental damage is fire, lightning, and cold. So this will help clarify a lot of the other things. This is solely a description update, so it's not changing anything, it's just changing the way that it's worded. That way people are more precise on exactly what it's going to do. Elemental focus support will now support skills which inflict elemental ailments. Good. Added the Law of the Wild's unique Hellion Paw to the unique collection tab. Probably wasn't in there. Added art icons for many hideout decorations, added in 3.11.0. Fixed a bug where the new cluster jewel notables were inheriting the bonuses that are only meant to apply to small passive skills. Interesting. Fixed a bug where the Witch Fire Brew unique Subsonite Flask didn't grant the Despair Curse aura if you were immune to curses. That's funny. So basically, you only had half of the Witch Fire Brew. Because... yeah, that's funny. Fixed a bug where the 1% increased chaos damage per level modifier was accidentally removed from the Edge of Madness unique etched greatsword in 3.11.0. I wonder if that price is going to go back up then, because at level 100 that's 100% increased chaos damage. Fixed a bug where the skin of the Lord's unique simple robe granted a keystone named Sacred Bastion. This keystone is meant to be named Imbalanced Guard as soon as seen on the passive tree. Fixed a bug where the plus 25 to maximum rage while wielding a sword modifier from Rigwald's Savagery unique Royal Axe didn't work when using a one-handed thrust skill. These are some funny bugs. I would hate to be one that would like discover these. Fixed an unintended change introduced in 3.11, causing the Zoph's nature unique Citadel build to have its X% increased physical damage range lowered. Oh, so they're gonna put that back up. I think that bow was really crap after the update. Fix a bug where the exerted attacks deal 30% more damage per previous attack exerted by this Warcry. That from Seismic Cry didn't show up in the skills tooltip, so they're just putting it in the tooltip. Fix a bug where General's Cry removed all existing Mirage Warriors even if they had not yet completed their attacks. This included persistent duration-based ground effects such as spikes from Earth Shatter. Oh, so if you did Earth Shatter or Mirage Warrior, sorry, and you cast General's Cry, everything just disappeared. Poop. Oh, that's a big damage cut. Fixed a bug where Mirage Warrior created by General Cry was used dominating blow. Could not summon Sentinel Dominance. Fixed a bug. So another bug, more bugs for War Cries, more bugs for Keystones, Purifying Flame, rank 4 and rank 5 life, as well as rank 1 and 2 block crafting recipes unlock locations to be inversed. So you would get rank 1 first and then rank 2. Fixed a rare bug where the mini-map wouldn't be rendered. Interesting. Fixed a bug with a ballistic stone gaze could be interrupted by using Seismic Cry. Entering the dunes would spawn in the boss arena. Well, that would be kind of nice. Like, you just instantly are in the boss area instead of having to go through the entire map and find it. Kuriri Fortress couldn't spawn small side areas. Hovering over Dexterity Intelligence hovers over the passive skill tree always displays the benefit of Strength. I didn't notice that. Does it actually do that? Huh, I'll have to go look at that. Crash fixes. Trying to go to your hideout or menagerie could fail to join, but continue attempting to join indefinitely. I've had that happen several times, actually. I've had to restart the client because it says continuing to go back. Like, it just says moving to hideout, and then it just stays there, and you can't go anywhere. You can't use the waypoint, you can't use anything, you're stuck. Fix a client crash that could occur when mousing over a gem that was socketed in an abyss socket. The state this hat was only possible to get into due to a previously fixed bug. All right, so good. So this one right here with the medium and large cluster jewels is really important for the large and medium clusters. The fact that, you know, it does say medium and large, and then grants them 1 and 2 jewel sockets respectively. So 1 for the mediums, 2 for the larges. This is going to be perfect for exactly what we wanted, which is why I bought the jewels right now, because I wanted to buy them before the prices jump up. When people realize that as soon as you get an item level 68, it's going to have 2 jewel sockets on it now. It doesn't have to be 75. If that still holds true, which it says here, then we're in a really good spot. We got our jewels for way cheaper than anything else. So anyone else out there right now, I would recommend probably just investing a little bit to get jewel sockets that are less than 75 but can still roll all of your notables, because they're going to be cheaper right now until people realize that it's going to roll to 2 jewel sockets regardless of what it is. Then the prices are going to go up. So whether you want to jump on it right now, that's up to you. I would highly recommend it. I don't know for sure it's going to give 2 jugget sockets for all large cluster jewels, but from what they're saying right here and from what Beck said last week, all large are going to be 2 jewel sockets. Keep that in mind. And until next time, peace out, guys.